I care, Jericho. No one else can see that message for some reason, Mr. Pliskin. But I care that you're having a shit day. Is that... I think the Star Citizen Live might be on at the moment. It might be a case of there's not much tangible information with it, and Noobifier will have his summary of it done before I've actually seen the episode now. Hi, I'm BoredGamer. Hope you guys are doing well. We might watch some Star Citizen Live in a minute while we talk. We'll sort of start doing that maybe in a minute and see if it works, because I want to be able to talk just freely over it, and that might annoy some people, or they might be fine with it. So, yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. It is the 19th of November. In about an hour, it looks like the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is going to go live. 3.15.1 is already live, and the Redeemer and the Ares Ion and Inferno is in there. A load of bug fixes. 3.15.1 is in a pretty good state. However, I was having problems with loading in earlier, so I can sort of get into the menus and I can mess around in Arena Commander. I was having problems loading into New Babbage. I think I fixed that now. It was just crashing every time, which is not ideal. But it should be solved now. I'm just going to actually, because my plan is to probably have a bit of a chat about the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, have a chat about the Spartan, which is one of the new vehicles, which is new at the IAE, which is that new APC, and talk about some of the other stuff that we might have there. And then probably answer some questions. Well, we'll definitely answer some questions. And then probably have a really quick look at the IAE as it goes live. But mainly looking at the website. Because the Expo Hall I want to jump straight into after the stream. And do a bit of a tour of the Expo Hall for a video. And then talk about in a bit more detail that stuff that's newly on sale today. Because there are, as far as we're aware, 2 new ships and a new vehicle, new to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Now, some of them are going to be flyable, drivable. Might have a concept there as well, but we're not sure what days they're going to be revealed on. Is the thing. Obviously, we've just had the Spartan revealed at the IAE, inside Star Citizen, and I really like the Spartan. So for people that don't know, let me bring up some info on the Spartan. It's not really a leak anymore because it was on the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. No, it was in the Inside Star Citizen. My God, all these terms confusing my poor little brain. So, where's my photo of it? Photo being the wrong term. You get my meaning. Not that. It is this though. Open that up. Drag this on here. There's that. So, bam. So this is the Spartan. The Spartan is the ballista with more armor, no missiles, and instead a little, I think it's 2.62s, ballistic Gatlings on a turret that the driver controls, and then room for 8 Marines in the back with their equipment. Money spending hype. Willy the Pooh. Thank you very much. I appreciate your money. Money spending hype indeed. Oh, you star. Thank you very much. I like money. So if you'd like to ask a question during the live stream, question in brackets. If you want to talk about some of the stuff that we might be seeing at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, I don't overly want to talk about. Well, we can talk about the spoilers, but we'll make it very clear we're talking about spoilers, and then very clear, and we're stopping talking about spoilers. And I'll do like that when we're going to talk about spoilers, and that when we stop talking about spoilers as well. So maybe I don't know. I'll make it very clear if we do. But I don't really see this as a spoiler because they revealed it yesterday. But yeah, so it's based on the Atlas chassis or the Atlas platform, which is the same chassis as the ballista. But yeah, armored APC. I've actually wanted an armored military-styled APC for years in the game, and this is perfect for that. As sort of bases and points of interest become more defended and more important to be able to approach on the ground. And because there's going to be lots of like environmental effects, there's going to be you wanting to stealth in, there's going to be lots of reasons that you do not want to take aircraft or just aircraft to assault a base, or spaceships, spaceships, you know what I mean. So yeah, I want to see more and more of that. But as some people have reminded me, in the short term, there's very little reason to use these ground vehicles until that we are in a bit of a better state to have NPCs being able to run around and defend bases, having more turrets and enemy vehicles be able to defend these areas as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. And obviously Theatres of War is going to benefit massively from things like this. This is a very Theatres of War heavy vehicle. Yeah, I am indeed a few minutes behind typically. So the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo and the sales start on the website today at 4 p.m. And with Anvil taking the main stage. And then tomorrow at 4 p.m. we'll have an additional a manufacturer there on a different stage. So basically every 48 hours that's not true. So there's 2 stages, and every 24 hours they add a new manufacturer and push out the oldest manufacturer in like a little cycle. Yeah? See what I mean? So on day 2, we're going to have Anvil and RSI, and then day 3. Who is day 3? And then on day 3, we're going to have Aegis Dynamics and RSI, and then day 4, Aegis and alien manufacturers. See what I mean? We also do have details of what days there's going to be limited hulls in. So things like the Idris and the Javelin are going to be available on day 3 at 4 p.m. UTC, 12 a.m. UTC, and 8 a.m. UTC in very limited amounts. And then again, I suppose the other one that people desperately want a lot. Well, day 7 is the Pioneer, and day 8 is the Krakens. Those are the ones that sort of sell super quick, within minutes. And this, as I said, they're sold in 3 waves and small allotments, so they cover all the time zones. And you can only have one of each limited ship on your account from that. So bear that in mind. If you're going, I really want an Idris, I want 2 Idris. You can only buy 1. You're only allowed to buy 1. And also, just for logging into the game every day when there's a new manufacturer, you'll get a forum badge. So log in every day on all your accounts if you have multiple accounts. Oh yeah, the other thing is that if you have any of the best in show ships, so that's the Argo Cargo, the Mercury Star Runner, the Hercules C2, or the 600i, in your hangar on November 28th, then you will get the best in show skins for that, and you'll get the flare and all that sort of jazz for them. So just so you are aware, and that's obviously, I would say, in your hangar that you've bought or been gifted, and not earned in game. At least not yet. It'll be good. One day that'll be a thing where everything will be in game, bought in game, and you'll get the things by having them from in game, and there'll be no more wipes. But that day is not today. Yeah, so countdown to Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. What, 46 minutes, and we'll have a really quick look at the website when that happens. Have a quick talk, and then I want to get a video done. But yeah, Star Citizen Live is on. I did not realise. Well, I mean, I realise now. So I'm going to turn on to Star Citizen Live, so you can sort of watch that, and then we're also talk about questions and stuff. Tell me if it's too distracting, one or the other. I think it's the idea. I'm just going to pause the music from the lovely Chiff Monkey, who grabs the music from the game. I love his channel. You should go subscribe there if you want to see all the Star Citizen music, most of which you were not aware of. So let's bring this up. And then let's full screen that.
Make both of us like vulnerable, for example. Taking control away from the player is obviously sometimes appropriate, but doing it all the time for a lot of these different mechanics makes things a lot more difficult.
Is that all right? Volume most people?
It's a bit nicer to keep player control in, keep people at range, and just kind of have.
So they're talking about first-person shooter features
that let us do some of these, kind of perform some of these systems.
The control thing is where I was hoping you were going to go with.
Hope this is an okay format to do for a while.
Multiplayer game.
People don't like it, please tell me.
Is probably one of the least favorite things that can happen. But in a massively multiplayer game, where when people can start prompts with you, it's like, oh look, I'm going to try to heal you, or I'm going to try.
Hopefully, we're going to be able to
stop you, and it's
talk about
in order for the animations
that are going on as well here.
Like this person's going to grab you, and they're going to rip
people
open your thing, whatever. And now your character is just stuck while somebody else is essentially.
What do you think of
playing
the Planetary Explorer vehicle with the living quarters, habitation, and cargo? Just thought,
very enjoyable.
Like the idea?
So
I suspect there'll be something that's similar to that, and for navigating and scanning and
these things develop,
sort of pathfinding.
There will be more things like.
What's the smallest med ship that works as a respawn point?
Going in and pulling this out and stuff like that. So
at the moment, you've got the choice of the 890 jump or the Carrack.
Protects everybody.
Anything with a tier 2 med bay.
The victim's gameplay experience.
Does the Corsair have a med bay?
Let's see. Are there any plans to redo the player interaction while
there might be more. I'm not sure what
ships
actually have tier 2.
Instead of having to search for floating text, perhaps you could actually highlight the entire object you are aiming at instead. And then when selecting text on anything with more than
what do you think is driving
it's a real pain to use.
This focus on ground vehicles? Theatres of War.
When looting.
Theatres of War is driving it.
Yeah, so
and just generally them wanting ground combat done.
Play the game because we all play too, right? And we're doing a lot of testing with the new inventory system and looting objects off bodies and trying to take individual armor pieces off or individual grenades off. And obviously with the way our physicalized kind of inventory works with like the attachments, it's quite difficult sometimes trying to get hold of the one that you want because the floating text appears. And that was always something that was not the permanent solution. So we have something called the personal interaction system and the personal interaction system wheel that we want to implement down the line, which is essentially when you're hovering over some of these items, they will highlight like they do
with
now,
there being much more consequence to death in game, do you think people may be less inclined to play in larger events like Xenothreat? Risk and reward. That's what it needs to come down to. If there is a lot of people that don't do those events, then there needs to be a good enough reward for them. You don't want to just terrify players out of doing anything. There needs to be that adrenaline pumping moment and those sort of cool action moments, but not to the point where you're just anxious. So I think that's a fair comment, but that does need to be balanced so that people want to play rather than want to hide.
But say like every time they see a grenade on the floor, they want to throw it. When
do you servers usually stabilize after the IAE starts? So they should be in a good state this year. Like 2 years ago was the terrible dark times when it just all imploded.
I can go up to it. The default might be to pick it up, and then you can store it from there. Or people
can you do a speculative comparison between the Carrack and Nisk's new Explorer ship? So potential new Explorer ship on the leaks, I should say. Yes, we'll talk about
the
the
other
tiers of
option is
things.
you can right-click on that item. So once you've highlighted over the item that you want to interact with, you right-click on it, and we'll have a wheel of interactions up like we do now, which should be a lot easier to use.
Are you more hyped for Argo or Misk?
We already know that.
So
adding
Argo
bullets
make
back
cool
into
stuff,
empty
Crusader make
ballistic
cool stuff, Misk
magazines.
makes
We already know
cool
about
stuff.
adding bullets back
And
into
I love them all.
ballistic
I love all the
magazines. But
manufacturers.
this person would like to know about energy weapons. Can any more detail be given?
Where is it
on
that we can
these,
see discounted
such
ships?
as if
They'll
there
be
will
on
a
the
significant
RSI
cost to
website.
recharge
You'll be able to see them
magazines,
on the
possibly off the
Intergalactic
ship's power
Aerospace
grid,
Expo
and
page.
if there will
But
be a
you'll see it on the front
distinction
page when it goes
between
live
laser
at
energy
4 p.m.
and plasma energy.
Yeah, I can start this off at least and just say that there's definitely upside and downside of each of the ballistic weapons.
Can you show us the Spartan? We'll have a look at the Spartan in a little bit more detail in a
so
second.
Ballistic weapons, you've obviously got limited ammo. Generally, in a lot of cases, are
4 p.m.
ballistic
UTC.
magazines
So
are
in about 40
more
minutes is when
limited
the
in
IAE
capacity
goes live.
compared to the batteries. Zach has been reviewing some of that as part of the weapon audit as well. Basically, in short, like ballistic weapons, you get a bit less ammo, but you can go out in the field and you can scavenge. We've obviously got a system coming in at some point. I think we've
Yeah, so
which is,
the ships that you may have
stripping, so
heard
you'll
are
take
going to be
ammunition
that
from
have
the
been
magazine,
leaked
put it in your magazine,
probably
and you'll
will be
be able to use
revealed
that
on their
ammunition going forward.
manufacturer
Eventually,
dates.
when we get some of the suit
So
systems,
if there is,
powered
for
suit
example,
systems,
an
the idea
Argo
is that you'll be
ship,
able to
that'll probably be revealed on the
trickle
Argo
charge
day.
like your energy
Probably.
batteries. So they're a bit more versatile in that it might take
Do they
a
still
while
plan
to
to
recharge,
implement
but
no-fly
over
zones?
time, like if
I
you're on,
think
like,
to
a
some
long
extent,
kind of
yes,
like,
because
expedition
they
or whatever,
aren't going to
you're
want people to
occasionally
both
getting
ram
combat, then
and attack
they should be
sort of
trickle charging off the
populated
suit and
areas
taking
like at
power
Lord
away
Gill or
from your
whatever.
suit to be able to
But
kind of,
it will
like,
be
keep them up. So they're a
minimised.
bit better for like a longer engagement kind of
When is the cargo rework planned?
situation.
It's planned for
But then there are
3.18, I
some
believe, at the moment.
additional downsides
The
for
hull
energy
C's been
weapons,
pushed
'cause
back
that
there as
sounds like a
well.
big
There's a
bonus, right? I've
big
got
cargo
energy that
overhaul
keeps
coming with
coming back
3.18.
from
There'll be
the
more
magazine,
after that as well,
which
but
kind of
that's
comes
when
into, like,
a
wear
big
and
one is
overheat,
planned
which is
for.
something that Deck's actually been looking at.
Yeah, so if we
Do you
touch on
think the
wear for a
Ares
second,
will bump up
when
to
a weapon
$250 and the
shoots
Redeemer
generate
$275?
wear, and
So I
that's
think
for all
we'll
weapons,
see
but
a
for energy weapons they can overheat
25 and
much.
$45
So, for
increase
example,
in those ships,
plasma weapons they
respectively.
might heat up really quickly and then they would cool down really quickly. Laser weapons they might take a little longer to heat up and then
4 p.m.
slower.
UTC, which is currently the British
Also,
time
the
zone,
environment that the
because
player
we are currently at
will, you know,
GMT
impact
plus
cooling
0,
down. If
which
it's
is
a
UTC.
heating planet, you would expect it to cool down quicker. Same with pressure, like the atmospheric pressure would impact it a little bit.
Do you think we'll ever have major base assault missions? Yes, that is 100% what CIG are currently working towards with the very minor assault the bunker missions. Yeah, I mean they've got defenses on the outside. They're building the ground vehicles to do this stuff. We're gonna see that sooner rather than later, almost certainly. Similar to Idris' fight in the bounty hunter mission chains. Yeah.
You're not forced to overheat. You know, if it's getting hot.
Will other ship packs be around for the entire week? I'm expecting ships that go on sale to be on sale the day to be on sale permanently throughout the IAE, where they are not limited hulls. Yeah, because that's what the CIG have done for the last 2 years. It's possible that they'll only be on sale on their manufacturer date and then again at the end of the IAE, but I would expect them just to be on sale throughout once they go on sale. The day that their manufacturer ships are on sale and it's shown, they'll be available from then and then on until the 1st of December. That is my expectation.
Durability is separate from HP.
And make it super clear in 3 different ways.
And a durability value. As the durability goes down, it could start to.
Notice the 600 eyes and no-show this year. Is it a no-show?
Kind of thing would occur. The lower durability, the more likely they are.
We expect it to still be rentable.
With dirt, the dirtier your weapon is, the more wear it would gain.
And no new news on the Polaris at the moment.
Armor,
I will dig into it at some point, probably later this year. We'll get some questions answered on it, hopefully.
Then it'll gain wear quicker.
What else we got? Bunker missions broken in 3.15.1. Not as far as I'm aware. They were the best I've ever done. I've done a couple of videos on them recently and got a load of footage recently. Bunker missions were working, had the best working NPCs the game has ever had. Still, although that's an accolade for Star Citizen, it's still not they're not the best NPCs in the world, but they are a lot better. They're working much more as intended. Actually running around and engaging, disengaging, able to complete the mission, stuff like that. When does the Spartan go on sale? I'm expecting it to go on sale at 4 p.m. today, probably.
Of course, we'll have ways in which players can clean their weapon, they can clean themselves.
Almost certainly, in fact.
Restore whatever durability has been lost. So.
With ground combat getting more
it is
fleshed out, does
core.
that
It's
mean
kind of a
we will
system
be
that
getting
will
bikes
add to the
or
tapestry of the PU, where it's just
G
like everything
or
you
the
find is
G12
not gonna
Rover
be
soon?
anymore.
So
It'll
they
be when I
are
open a loot
doing
box
two
and I find
things
this weapon.
at the moment, and
This
very
weapon
soon we'll
almost
have
has
a
its own
grav
history
lev
to it. You
rework. I
found
think
it,
that's for
it's worn,
3.16
someone
at the
else might
moment,
have used
and
it,
they've
like
sort of had a
another player might
breakthrough
have
with
left
some of
it
the
there.
ground stuff and the hover
It's just
tech.
going to basically
So
add to the
you'll see more hover
basically
stuff, probably the
visual
X1 soon
diversity
after
as
that.
well as like the kind
And then
of
we were talking about the
essence of
Ranger
PU, where
and the G12 more ground-based
not
vehicles.
everything
They
is
are
perfect, not
reworking
everything
a
is
load of the
pristine,
ground-based
things
physics
have
stuff,
aged,
and
things
they're
could
working on that at the
break.
moment, and I suspect to see that
Obviously,
in the
if you
game
look after
pretty
your
soon.
stuff, then that's really good. Like you can go and get it repaired, refurbished. That's the idea.
Where's
at
the
least.
expo hosted again? New
But if you
Barrage,
don't look after it,
Microtech,
it will eventually
the
break.
Tobin Convention Center.
All right, so is that going to lead to things like diminished fire rate or inaccurate firing, misfires, that kind of stuff?
So
Yeah,
if
so
you've got a
misfires will
Redeemer,
definitely
but it's
be
not showing in your account at the
you
moment,
use
um,
weapons as
same as the Ares and the Ion and Inferno, I
but
think you need to do a
currently
character
we're doing, like,
reset.
3 categories of misfires: minor, major, and critical.
What is the niche for solo players? It feels like the game is being developed for larger orgs and fleets. There is a huge portion of that. Star Citizen is best played with a group for a lot of the gameplay and mechanics, yes, but you can do solo stuff. So you could do solo exploration, you could do solo mining, you could do intel gathering. There's quite a large amount for you to do. You could work with other people, just lots of different random groups. You could do bounty hunting. There's a huge amount you could do. I suspect there's going to be science gameplay loops that might work best by yourself and stuff like that. So a lot of freedom doing stuff solo, but you might not be able to do the more aggressive sort of like assault missions. There's going to be certain things that you will only be able to do with group. Now, that group might be able to be subsidized by AI blades, which are sort of like semi-autonomous systems like semi-autonomous turrets or other systems that you can sort of set up in your ship, or NPC crew, or both.
Let's remember that, this isn't a thing where you
When you buy the special ships, they'll just be available on the RSI website. Now, sometimes they only have some of the limited hull ships available to concierge. They have not said that is the case this time. So bear that in mind. They have not said that's the case.
So it's a thing that will be constantly balanced and constantly adjusted.
Does the Endeavour still cost $350 for the base variant, excluding tax? Bear with me 1 second.
Won't look like the third version, because these things are all going to be adjusted and tweaked and twerked and whatnot based on feedback from everybody. You guys, internal testing, all of it. So
let me tell you.
So
what I'm doing is I'm going to go to
chat here.
WhatSpaceIndustries.com.
Any chance we can get a
I'm going to go to the
fireman
pledge
carry
store.
instead of
So stuff might go up
Dragon?
at 4 p.m. So bear that in mind. I'm going to go to ship upgrades. And so in ship upgrades,
so
you can do
we
some
have
clever
talked
things
about
to
this
see
actually,
what the
'cause
value of
obviously
ships are.
we do have the body
You
drags
click
for
on
moving people
from
around,
my ships, so
but
buy an
that's
upgrade
kind
if you want.
of
But I'm going
more-
all
what we envisioned
ships
that as
to
is
see
that was
all
more
of the
of a
different
short-range,
ship hulls that are available
quick
in
accurate,
game,
say like,
of which
you
there
know,
are
you're in a
hundreds.
firefight, one of your buddies has gone down and you want to get them to cover.
An upgrade
you
for an
can
Aegis
very
P.
quickly run out
What can I
and
upgrade it to?
pull
Well,
away
nothing at the
while you're able
moment.
to kind of like fire off with
But I
your
will be able
pistol
to
a bit.
upgrade it to something apparently in the
But the
future.
fireman carry is probably going to be something that's going to be better.
But if you want to see what the
long range.
particular
So
hull
like if,
is
you know, my
in
ship's a kilometre
Endeavour,
away and I've gone out with you, Jared,
$250
and we're having a good time,
currently
and you
for the
accidentally
base
fall off a cliff
Endeavour.
or something, and I don't have the healing equipment with me, and it's back on the ship. I'm not going to want to drag you across a rocky surface like bump, 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 all the way back to the ship. Like that might actually finish you off. But I want a bit more of a robust carry for kind of like
That's
longer
what we got.
distances, and we've kind of
Is the
talked
free
about
fly
this for
also
stealth as
starting in
well.
40 minutes? I believe the
Obviously
free
stealth
fly
is
is
a big
also
part
starting
of
at
the,
4 p.m. UTC, yes.
combat loop that we've got, especially against AI. Again, body drag's really good for just dragging a body around, you know, behind a dumpster or whatever and hiding it. But if we're
I'm finally thinking of buying in. I've been in almost every free fly event. Are there enough gameplay loops to occupy me for a few weeks? With an org, yes. If you're with a group of players or an org that organising stuff, yes. I'd say there's probably about
I'll talk to Steve Bender, and he'll do it if I ask. So
30 to 40 hours of gameplay that you could probably do solo.
Just do it, or just do it.
If you want to explore things and have a look at stuff.
Both?
And then you're sort of like go, what else is there to do?
let's talk
There's a
about
reasonable
hacking.
amount of other stuff to do
We've
in
seen
groups.
hacking on the
Sort of
roadmap a
specific
couple
missions,
times.
take on the
It's
Idris,
pushed for a couple various reasons. We're not gonna get
organise
into
some
that.
stuff.
But about hacking is the
So,
future. Is about how
Star
it's
Citizen
gonna
is an
work.
alpha,
Describe
and
to
the
us,
gameplay loops aren't really there
where
for
we're
sit
going,
down and
what
play
our
game.
intentions are with hacking.
So bear that in mind.
What kind of
If you are looking to, I want to play it
what
for
kind of things we're looking to be
a few
able
hundred
to
hours,
hack
and
to
I
take
want to play it for
control
months,
over?
months.
You
Star
know it
Citizen's
better
not there
than
for the
I do,
typical
so,
player yet.
talk to us about hacking.
Yes. So
Hi, Board.
hacking.
Will there be a
hacking
way
is
to
very
earn
exciting
new
feature.
Hearthstone security armor, or will it only be lootable?
This is my
So,
opinion. So
I believe the
currently how
Hearst.
the
So
hacking that's
you can
implemented in
get
the
the
PvE
Coronus
right
armor
now is
at,
you basically
I
go and
believe
you buy a
Lawville
chip,
now.
and
It is a
somewhere in
variant
the
of that
universe
armor.
you
So
find
there's
like this chip slot
security guards wear a variant
of
of it,
like a
and then there's a
hackable
variant available to
computer that you
civilians.
insert the
I
chip
believe.
into,
You
and
can
it's
still loot
basically
the security
a
armor off them
timer that ticks down,
if you
and
can
it's
work out a
got
way
a
of getting it.
chance to jam, so you need to restart it. And what we wanted to do with hacking,
What is the
moving on
difference
from
between the
that,
Talon
current
and the Talon
implementation, is that we
Shrike?
wanted to
So the
introduce some
Shrike
more
is the missile variant.
engaging
they're
gameplay
pretty
when
much
it comes to hacking.
Very quick
So
dive-based
concepts,
strike fighters. Very light.
Good
Good armor at the front and the rear. I think
playing
you can,
around with
and so that it
ideas
has hardening
in-
at the front
in
or the rear when
internally
you
in the
want
design
it.
team.
And the
So
Talon, lots of
what we have
PPUs,
right now,
and the
for
Shrike,
what hacking
loads
is
of
gonna be,
missiles. Removes its PPUs
um,
pretty much, just has
we're
loads of
gonna add
missiles.
this hacking device, which is gonna be something that you can equip in your hand, and then we're gonna still keep those chips, which basically works
And
like
listen to the guy talk about
the
hacking.
ammo for the hacking device. So you have the hacking device in your hand, and there's gonna be these.
So
things in
hacking
the
chips
world
are
that you can
ammo for
hack.
hacking devices
You
in the future.
go
That's
up
what it
to
sounds like
them,
they're doing.
interact with them, and they connect wirelessly.
That's kind of cool. I like them
you're gonna see
simplifying a load of
this
this
3D
those gameplay mechanics out to make them more viable, because they
the
can add
network.
complexity to them as well.
You're
But you
gonna
want
be
them
able
to
to move
also be
around in this
simple, so you can
network,
do them at entry level
and
and moderate level,
also
and be able to do missions that sort of
manipulate
include
the
all these
network
mechanics
to
without
open
having
up
to
new
go, I need to be an
paths,
expert at
new
doing
routes,
this. Well, maybe there is going to be more
um,
complex missions that you require a crew and some
while
people to be
you're
experts at
inside
doing some of
here,
these
like,
mechanics.
what is your objective? Like, how do you complete the hack? Well, basically, you find these
Are you expecting anything to pop up about the Crucible?
weak points.
I think they'll talk about
insert,
it more next
like a
year,
source
and when
into,
they start talking about
and
repairing
then
game, but I'm not expecting
connect
anything
those
in the
up.
near future.
Um,
Is there actually a lot of PvP in the game?
sounds pretty simple.
So there is a PvP community, and
but
there's some PvP in the
There's
game.
also gonna be
PvP is sort of
these
like
antivirus systems
combat and PvP have sort of
present when you're hacking. So
there've been
someone
problems with
might
it in the
have,
last
like,
few patches for starters, and including desync
yeah, an
issues and stuff
antivirus
like
that's
that, making
try
PvP less
to
viable, and
stop you,
PvP
basically, and put,
isn't getting overly huge
make
amount of
your-
love in
your
Star
life
Citizen at
of
the moment.
hacking
However,
harder.
3.15.1
and that fits into like
it does
difficulty
alleviate some of the
scaling,
problems
so
that
there's gonna
PvPers
be,
were having. So
like,
maybe there'll be a bit more
varying ranges
PvP.
from, like,
There needs to be
easier hacks,
PvP
they might
content and
be
PvP
smaller
missions
and very quick
and reasons for more players to sort of get involved with
very
each other.
straightforward.
And we might
And
start to see that
then
more in 3.16.
on
But
systems that have more antivirus,
I got 32 gigs of RAM, but
like
you only
higher
really need
antivirus
16.
level present is gonna be quite a hard challenge for the players
Could we potentially see the Merchantman reach PTU
to finish the hacks.
by Q4 of 2022? Yeah,
We
could.
also have
possible.
a way to play this hacking
The
game
idea when
through
chip fires and
a,
other better
command
physical
prompt.
damage
So
will
you're
come in.
basically gonna
They
be
have been
able
working on a
to,
fire extinguisher and ship
um,
fires for damage control and stuff like that.
in
In
addition
game,
to
they're
the,
working
the
on
normal
more
control scheme, you're
damage
gonna be
types
able
and
to
physicalized damage and physical
type
components.
commands,
That's all
which
being worked on
control
and
that.
super important.
And
So expect to see a
there's
lot
gonna
of
be
that in
various
next year.
bonuses that you get
At least I am.
from using the command prompt over the default control scheme. So hopefully that's
Ship
gonna
upgrades.
scratch
Will there
that
be a more
hardcore hacking
in-depth
fantasy
upgrade system added?
urge that a lot of players
Expect to
are
have a good
expecting
amount of ship
from
customization.
this.
What do you mean by more in-depth? And there's going to be
So okay,
lots
so
of
why would I
modular
hack
upgrades
stuff?
for ships as
Like,
well. Lots more
what can I
upgrades
hack?
for ships.
Well, you're
Lots of different
basically-
systems.
You're hacking
They're
in
sort of
order to
trying to make
gain
it so that
access
they're not
to
so
a
absurd
system
in the
or
difference between
part of a system that
a
you
top end
previously
system and a bottom end
didn't have
system that he
access to.
goes, well, this makes my
So
ship
what could
10
that
times better.
The most
But they do want
straightforward,
a lot of variance there, just not a huge amount.
example is a door. You know, there's a door, it's locked, you don't have security access, you hack it, bam. Now,
Will there be a way
it's open and it
through the
opens
game
a new
instead of
path
only
or maybe
privately to enter into
a
contracts, for
room
example,
that
to rent a
contains
ship
valuable
from
loot
or to a
or,
player?
um,
They do want a
whatever the
robust
level
contract
designers
system, but I'm not sure exactly what form that will take. There's obviously lots of stuff that you could do
mainly it's gonna
with
be
players that don't need to
or
be
secondly, it could
enforced
be
by
like
contract.
computers
So you
or
can say,
terminals
this is
which
what we're going to
control
do,
other
and
systems,
hope that
like,
both players
like
honor it.
gravity could be a cool thing that it controls, or yeah, whatever the level.
Will
designers
derelict
come up with.
spaceships be missions
Basically,
or
you
just
make
random
the
finds on
system, and
planets?
it's
Both.
whatever they apply it to.
It also
Yeah,
said there'll be
whatever-
puzzles.
whatever
Any
the
idea what
scenario.
kind of those will be? So that will be some jumpy puzzles. That will be
loot containers as
some
well,
sort of danger there as
which will require
well.
you
So
to hack
there
them.
might be
Um,
laser trip
eventually,
mines. You might have
later
to
down the
find
line,
the codes
you're
for
gonna be able
things
to hack
around, which you might
someone's
find on
ship,
a
and that
pad or something, or
leads
earlier in the mission. Do
us
you see what I mean?
onto the PvP aspect. of
Eventually,
hacking,
yes, it will include hacking and
which,
that sort of jazz as well, or the need for
basically, if someone's
tools
hacking
or
your chip,
welding tools and things
you're
like that.
gonna get a notification that there's someone's trying to gain access to your system, and you can actually go in and take
What did I do
manual
with my
control
hair
over
today? Makes my
the,
eyes pop out. I hate you.
Antivirus
It's extra
system
shiny
and
my
try
hair today.
to
I just shaved and buffed
hopefully
it.
you'll do a better job than the antivirus AI would.
Did you even
ultimately
consider just firing a beam?
I think we're
at it?
like 25 minutes
Yeah,
away
I'd
from
say
the
that.
IAE.
No, this
No.
one's wireless.
Yeah, this one is
Wireless.
wireless.
Yeah, we've
Wireless
got the
beam.
device that's wireless.
Done
Yeah.
it.
But,
Lots of gossip
yeah,
says
what we
Kraken with
really wanted
Pyro.
to try and
So
lean
I think they're going to
into
want to get the
is,
Kraken out as soon as
selling the
possible
hacking
because it
platform,
allows them
because that
to
was when we
have
first
it as
started
a
off with
pirate
this,
base and
that
has
was
it
the part
have
that
it
we
for
really
missions and stuff
struggled
like that.
with. It was
So they can
we were
spawn
coming
stuff
with
from a
ideas for
Kraken
almost like this,
effectively
system to
in
kind of
the
demonstrate hacking,
sort of
but it didn't
dynamic
feel like we
universe
were
sim
hacking.
logic.
So now we've
The
almost
pirates will
created
come out
this
of a Kraken
asymmetrical game
and they can
mode
move
where
with a
it's like
Kraken into another
you
system.
are hiding
Yeah, and
in
it acts
this
as a
maze of
spawn point.
network,
But
you're
that
relaying
makes
the path,
sense.
and you're trying to find your way
So
around it.
it
and
sort of
you
makes sense
don't
they
know-
want to get
you're
it in the game as
unaware
soon as
of where
possible.
everything is. You're trying to discover it and find all of these routes, and you're trying to create these networks. And obviously, at the same time, on the
You're a
other
good
side,
Piskin. Hope you're all right,
the
sir.
antivirus doesn't
Would
know
you
where
rather
are, and they're
4
constantly
Ares or
searching
1
for you. So
Percy?
it's a very,
Money kisses.
like Joe said, it's a very
So I prefer
kind
a
of
single
the bottom end, it's a
Perseus
very quick
because I
little
don't want
puzzle that you
multiple
can get
ships.
through. Like if I was trying to get a new shipyard and you
It
lost
depends
a
on what you're
port,
looking
that
at.
would be,
Am I
you know,
running a
you bought
fleet?
cheap ship,
As
for
and I
example.
know who's going to be in those
You
areas.
know, I could
It
get
might
really
be
easy
the
with
Ares,
this
but
little puzzle
I
and
love
get
the
a warning
Perseus. I
them
mean,
on the ship.
yeah,
But then if
1
you were,
Perseus.
say, like, you know, you're
Oh,
an
thank you very
Icarus
much for
now,
people
trying to
making a
hack into
hype
your
train.
systems and
Question
like
mark?
start interrupting your shields
Choo
and
choo.
stuff, that would be like the, you know, we're in a big network here. I'm really having to, you know, sweat and work to figure out how to basically break in, and you're very, you're getting alerted that someone might be.
I do
trying to
appreciate
get
all the
into
love.
the
Thank you
system,
so
and then
much.
You're like, oh my god, I need to try and get in here. And
With
take
ships
my
like the
network
Corsair
controls
Vulcan
to get
and
this guy out.
Taurus,
So,
the Terrapin
we
still
really
feels
wanted to
overpriced.
kind of sell
So
a
yes,
hacking
it does
fantasy
100%.
in
Terrapin is ridiculous expensive.
visual
However,
format that people will quite easily
however,
understand,
it is going
but
to have
also we
more
wanted to
use in the
cater to
future. It's
people
going to
who
be
want
very
to
good at
use
scanning and
command prompts
reconnoitering
for the
and
true,
sort of
like,
that
hacking
more
feel,
risk-reward
and there is
based
definitely scope
sort of
there to kind
getting
of
information on
utilise
enemy
both
fleets or
and
hiding
take
in
advantage of
nebulas and
either
exploring
side.
them.
So
So
I
it
fully
is going to have
imagine
an
like a power
exploration
player
slash
of hacking
scanning
would be like almost
focus
making,
where
like,
it's
macros
actually
for
going to
the
be pretty
command
good to
prompt
be
and hitting
more
those and gaining the benefits from that, while
stealthy
he's, like,
slash
selecting things on
tough
the map at the same
slash
time using the visual
resistant to
interface.
environments.
I'm very, very well. We're all very, very excited to get it out there, and we've been playtesting it internally, and we're all really, really.
What I meant
liking
is, do you think they will add a way to pledge certain
It's
components rather
basically
than
like
adding
a
a whole ship?
combination of a puzzle game and a stealth game.
Sorry, Fader Core, I'm getting confused. Pledge certain
Shaping up
components.
pretty cool.
So what?
Excited about it.
Be able to buy components separately with money, real money. You're
Gotta
set.
take this one from the chat.
They
Here.
want sort of like a
Can we please
ship customization system
get
on
a
the website,
select
so you
all
can customize your ship
so
and
that
buy
we can
it
drag all
with
the
real
loot
money, with
all at
components
one
already in
time
place.
from one storage to
Like they
another,
did with the 300
so
series,
we
I
don't
believe.
have to
They'll
continuously
probably do
drag
that,
one
and then
item
they'll phase that out so
at a
it's all
time.
in game.
like a I'm not going to say that word. So what do you think? Select all?
Yeah,
I would expect the 600i Explorer to be on sale on the Origin day. You haven't seen anything about it. I would expect it to be on sale. I expect it to be a mistake if it's not included.
It's just part of more ongoing.
All your base belong to us?
This is the very first iteration.
Or all your base are belong to us? Seriously, when do you think we'll be seeing player bases? So Samayeti, I think that they're working on them at the moment. They're obviously getting those new outposts in for Pyro, and I think probably a couple of quarters afterwards, they're going to start to try and get land claim and base gameplay in. Genuinely, I think it's something they might be working on for end of 2022 or sort of to mid 2023, that sort of thing. Eastnafu, thank you very much for the sub. It's very much appreciated. Become a BoredGamer. Just use the join button underneath my YouTube videos. Thanks very much.
Or something like that. That's something else we want to do. Even things like showing.
Have you done anything about when AI vehicles for ground missions will be? I also think adding roads and AI convoys will be pretty cool. So they're working on rivers and basins first, and then they're going to be roads as well in game. And I do think roads will link up cities and outposts together, things like that, and will be spawn points and for missions and stuff. I do think we'll see convoys. I do think we're going to see in the not too distant future NPCs on the ground defending bases, and then eventually moving between areas. Raging Sage, and Nose is the first.
Doing anything on your own
I'm
ship.
gonna sneeze.
Like you
I'm
install
not sure.
Norton antivirus and you can't even. Open
Yeah.
Thank you very much for subscribing.
I'm not sure about the Norton one, but
With
there's,
your
there's definitely
Prime,
gonna be
your Prime
different
subs,
tiers
appreciated.
of antivirus that you're gonna come up
Um,
against.
If the Spartan sucks, well, we have to call it a Spaton.
Toast, I lost us a sponsor.
I'm quite liking the idea of the Spartan. I've wanted a ground-based NPC for NPC.
You have
APC
multiple
for a
new
while.
ammo types.
Hi,
on the
boards.
roadmap.
Will there
Could
be a
you
way
elaborate
to
on what they
earn the
will
new
be
Hurst and
this
security armor or any abilitable?
Yes,
As we
so
said,
we have a
it
couple
is
of cool
and should be
ones.
available
We've got,
in shops at
Plasma
Loville now in 3.15.1. Well, a
Incendiary
variant of it,
even.
but yes.
It's basically they were more like a damage over time, so you could inflict some sort of damage, and then maybe there's an additional dot.
When do you think base
And
building or
eventually, you know,
Pioneer
kind
in
of
general
work
comes
our
out?
way into
I don't think we're going to
more,
have the Pioneer
complaints
for a
about
while
systems
longer
like,
after base
hey,
building.
if
There'll
you've
be
got
ways of
fire,
building
it can
bases without
interact with
Pioneer,
this. If you've
probably.
got plasma, it can interact with
It's
like
going to be more
this.
mobile
So, for
factory and allow
example,
you
if
to
you
do a
had
lot
say
more
if you
with
had
the
an
Pioneer.
LMG which had incendiary rounds, you could provide suppressing fire on an area. If you shot
Can
to
you
the
use
ground,
store credit
in
with a
this scenario,
CCU and still
the
keep lifetime
ground could
insurance?
then end
Yes,
up,
typically.
you
You should be able to
catching
buy
fire. So
a
you
CCU
wanna
with store
push
credit
someone out of
and then
cover,
apply it
if you wanna
to
shoot
a
plasma at
package
the
that
ground
has
near
lifetime
them,
insurance.
that could end up causing these hazard zones essentially. So you've got this really cool, fun way of forcing players out of their situation. You know,
When do you think Pyro will be available? I think
Q3,
Q4
we're really
2022, because that's
these
what
damage
basically
types
CIG have
in
said.
and make them
Will
meaningful. So,
CCU
the
to
difference
Origins
between having
Explorer
Incinerate
Explorer qualify
listed
for
and
best
so
in
on
show
and so
skins?
forth is
I
actually
believe as long as you have the
relevant.
ship
We're
in
also
your
working on something
as long as you
called,
have the ship in your
Disarray,
hangar,
which
so as long as
is,
the
which ties
upgrade
to
has
model
been
systems that
applied,
come out later,
then
so,
yes, that should qualify.
interacting with the
I believe.
players' armor and their power system and stuff like that. But obviously, that's
What
a bit
Polaris?
further away.
Will we have any more info on this IAE
Yeah.
about it?
It's worth noting that
You
will
might
work on
see it
the
in
ships right now,
the
so obviously it's got the
holodeck. There
electromagnetic
might be some
they
information
use,
on
you
the
can take
day,
the ships
and it
down
will be
without causing
should be on
damage.
sale as well.
Disarray is a very similar version of
But
that, it's kind of like trickling that damage in over time.
any more information beyond that, I don't
What
know.
about other sidearms like machine pistols or personal defense weapons?
I wouldn't expect
sawed-off
any more info.
shotguns,
Rather than
they got all
rely
kinds
so
of
much on
so
radars and scanners, do you
can
think
you tell us about
they'll
more diverse
implement visual
So
clues
this is
or
something
cues
obviously we care
for
a
mining and
lot
exploring?
about,
Yes,
when we
they almost
say
certainly
we
will
wanna add a
have some
weapon
more
or a
cues.
sidearm or something, we
Not
want
in
it to
all
be
situations,
very
but yes.
impactful and meaningful. So,
Sketo, I
so,
appreciate
I've been
the
doing
love as
more
well.
kind of a bit of a
You're a
weapon
monster.
audit, which is analyzing what we have. And,
Player
how
scopers
useful
like you,
things
Babbage,
are. So, for
not
example,
that they've been
the
talking about
the
it before.
LH86, the
Not as
Gemini
far as we're
pistol,
aware. I'd love the
saying,
idea of
okay, this
these
could
player
probably
cities
be a
one day,
machine
and maybe
pistol.
one
Like,
day we will.
This is an interesting, fun.
Sorry, not
difference
question,
that
but
this
wanted you
pistol
to
can
read.
actually
Video
do.
in background
So it's a lot
so
more
loud, hard to
meaningful
hear
and
you. My
impactful than,
bad.
like, compared to like the Bearing pistol and
That's
so on
Star
and so
Citizen
forth.
Live in the background
We're gonna
and
do-
talking
we're
about
gonna
first person
obviously
features.
make when we make
Hope
these
that is
changes,
more
we're
appropriate volume.
focused on how the
Apologies.
weapon looks and how it feels. So that will come with like a whole new recoil for it.
You know if the
and,
Cruise Bow is going on
some,
sale this year?
art changes
Yes, it will be
depending
going
on
on sale, yeah, in the appropriate
some
day.
other examples of how we're making like sidearms more interesting is the arc-like pistol. That's going to
Is that an appropriate volume for the video in the background? I can switch it off onto more gameplay footage and stuff.
Just to kind of get that variety.
You think the Scorpius will go on sale again? Yes. Expect almost every ship to go on sale, even limited hulls. The limited hulls going on sale in 3 waves on the appropriate day. But pretty much every ship. So the ships that you probably won't see are going to be the Saber Raven, for example, because it is a limited promo ship. But pretty much everything else.
It can judder a bit and not look as great as we want it to be, so we're really looking at this kind of stuff to make them.
What do you think of the current Redeemer balance? They gave it a decent buff with extra shields before launch, but it's quite a boat. And do you think it's too strong solo? I need to run it against an Idris and in a fleet battle. You know what I mean? It is supposed to be pretty strong. It's a gunboat.
We want them to be stand out and feel fantastic. So
Bored, bit unrelated. The Reliant reporter ship is journalism a career path. So sort of. So the ability to film and record things for either missions or to make money somehow as like a news van is supposed to be a thing, but they need to discuss what that actually means in game terms.
Because it kind of ties into that more like, looking at the
whatever happened to the 1-star marine mode that had vehicles and whatnot? So it's Theatres of War. It's still being worked on. It's one of the pushes for the ground combat stuff is almost certainly because of that. Any free ships beside the Argo MPUV coming up? No other free ones as far as I'm aware, beyond the general referral rewards.
Well, this could be a burst weapon, right? It's purely a burst weapon, but then we say it has a 3-round burst and a 5-round burst.
Is the game also going on sale along with ships too? So there will be starter packs which include a game package available. Sometimes they are $5 to $10 to $15 cheaper as well. So you should be able to see starter packs there as well. I think it's 10 years insurance we get with everything that's sold at the IAE as well, so that's pretty sweet.
That, like, far more interesting and give it a bit of uniqueness. So we say, yes, this is a burst SMG, but you can tap down the trigger.
I was wondering whether towns will resemble what we saw in recent demo. So for the artifact, yeah, so that's one of the new
you can basically get it going full auto.
Pioneer.
It is essentially a burst LMG.
One of the new sets of towns that we'll start to see around Pyro, for example, and there are steps towards player bases as well.
And the recoil's a bit weird. It can kind of move up and down a little bit.
Will there be discount for ships on the website for real money? So typically there will be Warbond variants of a lot of ships available,
where we have like a consistent offset,
which is real money.
You can go like shoot,
or more specifically, not using store credit. Where is Chris Roberts floating head today? It's because I've got the Star Citizen live in the background here. I haven't set his head up. Floated off. Getting ready for the IAE.
When you aim, which isn't great, which isn't kind of what we want, and we're looking at that and like, you know, how.
What about the Liberator? It will be on sale. It will be on sale. Concept ships will be on sale as well. It just won't be, you know, it's unlikely to be shown at the IAE.
Really good progress making the weapons feel amazing.
Why do we have Gattac listed as one of the display manufacturers when we don't have any ships in Flyball? So Gattac are probably showing their stuff in the holodeck. And you might see some concepts, shots. Also, obviously, their stuff will be on sale on the website.
Like, what would a crazy cast stack kind of black market weapon behave like versus something like a bearing, which is a lot more military?
Any idea when we can use the bathroom again? You can use it. You can role play it now. Just sit down. I think there's going to be hygiene and as one of the things. Hygiene and comfort. Hygiene, comfort, and tiredness, or something. Something sort of within that. And using the facilities and washing and stuff will help with that. You've been holding a poo-poo in for 5 years. Nice. I've heard something about trading being more viable again. Is that the case? Yes, so there's more trade opportunities that they've been adding in over the last couple of patches. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming in 3.16, but 3.15.1, and there's crash recovery and stuff like that as well. So you're less likely to lose your cargo ship, so it's a lot less random risk. And there's opportunities with the alerts and stuff that come on.
We do the Star Citizen pass and make sure that it's suitable for our game and that it feels right.
When I do jump site, I go poo-poo or make a meal in real life. Good job. We used to do that in EVE a lot. Auto, yeah, I'm going to get on with my work. BoredGamer, follow you for a long time. How does the Warbond trading work? Some guy said that you can save up to $200 worth Warbond trading. I don't know what that means. You can buy something. Yeah, with the real monies, you can gift it.
Past the point where it's 1.0, the game just keeps going even past whenever releases. Second, for those asking about time frames, when is this? When is that? That's what the public roadmap's for. Be sure you check that out.
Is the Hurston armor in yet? It should be in 3.15.1, and you should better get it around Hurston. At least it's a variant of the Coroner's armor. The CBD guys, the security there wear it, wear a variant, and then they can buy a different variant there, which is pretty much the same thing.
The views and opinions expressed by Jared Huckabee about the Norton antivirus do not reflect those of Robert.
Use a fridge as your bathroom. Nice.
Games or their subsidiaries, and I apologize to all users of Norton who are watching the show.
I like to think of the space suits like still suits in June, and they just take your liquids and your poo-poos and deal with it.
Climbing and mantling right now seems
That's what they do, really, isn't it?
There's only certain things you can actually interact with to do these actions.
Hydrates, gives you water from it, and makes the poo-poo into chocolate bars. That's a still suit, right?
Now, which is just kind of click and go.
Do we know where the security armor is by Hurston? Just in the shop there, I think.
At some point, which is like, at the moment, you can't jump over a gap
in the
ledge. That's just simply not possible.
The little area where you spawn. Nearby. Shop there.
The way it actually technically works is
you buy all your other armor. Could we get a hotfix for the prospect of mining UI being too bright and glitching?
There are definitely some general improvements, like I think you mentioned in the question, which was like
there were
something waist height.
And mining fixes in 3.15.1 is that one of the ones that's still not fixed then?
With this, which actually we found there are some issues.
Should I reinstall and check StarSets now and again? Haven't been in since around March of this year. Definitely check it out during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo because you can rent all those ships and vehicles for free. It's worth having a look on the expo, it's fun. Are we expecting any IAE surprises outside of the 3 known vehicles coming? So we've got the Spartan and a couple of ships. Obviously there's going to be some cool stuff at the Holo Suite. There might be some interesting models on show. There's nothing else that they've talked about. I'm obviously going to have the Jax McCleary videos.
Can we either draw weapons inside safe zones to modify them without shooting, or get a space inside safe zones where we can pull these things out, like weapon stores or gun ranges or something like that?
Gold standard cutlass when? It's being worked on now.
Think you can do right now that we've added the new
Being worked on now. The gold standard cutlass. Is it for 3.16 gold standard cutlass? I think.
You grab an attachment from your inventory and you start pulling it over. You'll see the attachment points on the weapon. I'm not 100% sure if you can do a swap or take them off from the weapon at the moment, so that is something I can.
I think that when we have, and if we have hygiene as a part of the survival mechanics, as it were, light survival, it will probably be you can only do so much hygiene within a certain amount of time. You can't constantly use the pooper. Where can the security armor? Well, I assumed Tamian Sons. I also assumed Tamian Sons, but someone knows exactly. Please answer.
And then you will be able to get a gun out and then get arrested.
Spartan is on sale now.
What about melee weapons?
That's good to know.
Let's talk about non-lethal weapons first, and then we'll do melee weapons.
There's a nice picture of the Spartan.
In the chat about non-lethal things like tasers or batons, stuff like that. What can you
Where's the Spartan then? Is it just?
So we know we 100% need them for professions like
The Spartan's actually on sale now. Let's check it in the ship matrix and let's check it on the pledge store.
Get into a situation where they are almost like under attack and they want to kind of almost have a more passive solution. They have an option there. So that is one of the reasons why we made the taser or the stun gun.
It is very much on sale now.
Exactly what it's going to look like. We've kind of gone through a bunch of that stuff. It's just a case of getting it through the content pipeline
Nice.
now. I don't believe there's too much engineering work involved either. This is a designer saying that, by the way. But we do have the lightning bolt weapons, for example, that we put out a little while ago.
All right, this. I'm sorry, CIG. The IAE is about to start, and I want to have a quick look at the Spartan sales. Thank you very much for telling me that it was on sale. That's appreciated. But I really like the look of the Spartan. I've wanted a military APC for a while. Obviously, it's all vehicle-sized components. So that's $96. So that's $80. I've got 20% VAT because I'm in the UK. Value-added tax. Okay. So standard, it comes with 120 months insurance because it's sold at the IAE. Now, could there be a war bond version of this cheaper than $80? There certainly could be. So, yeah. $80? Quite expensive for a ground vehicle. Something I'd say probably buy in-game. If it's not available to purchase in-game this patch, it'll probably be available to purchase in 3.16, if not 3.17. Probably 3.16 now, I'd expect. Loads of vehicles they've just added then. Oh my god. Redeemer, the Ares, Starfighters, the Spartan, and potentially some more in the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Have a look here. So what else have we got? We've got some skin variants. They're also on sale. Okay. I'd like to see a urban one. I actually think that if you're going for the camo, then the brown one there's probably your best bet. Sidewinder. I like the standard paint on it though. I like the standard paint. I think that's probably the best camo wise Sidewinder, but people can see by HUD anyway. When our paint jobs coming online for other ships like the Calibac or the Hornet, you should probably see those available on the manufacturer days. That would be my expectation. What size pads is your forehead? It can actually it can land small fighters, so not extra small. So it's just an extra small pad. Thanks for asking, Spartan Plays. Appreciate it. What do you think of the changes to refining capabilities of the Starfarer? Any updates? No real updates at the moment. We know there are changes. We know that it's going to be able to do refining. We know that it's going to be slightly modular, and there's going to be a lot of choice there, but we don't really understand the nature of its refueling, refining, and harvesting yet. You know what ships will be on sale this week, excluding limited ships? Yes, there's the website. I'm literally showing all the stuff. Blah blah blah. Nothing went wrong. So you can see on what ships are on available what days. Got, obviously, Anvil Aerospace's line up today, including concept ships available to purchase on the website. Obviously, the flyable ships available to fly at the expo. And got Rock Space Industries tomorrow, and Aegis the next day. And obviously, we any limited hull ships, so like on the Aegis day, we'll be seeing limited sales of the Idris and the Javelin at 4 p.m., 12 a.m., and 8 a.m. at UTC. In three waves, limited amounts. So bear that in mind. And there's obviously the Spartan, which will go on sale now, and you'll also have those other two ships coming out at some point, probably on their manufacturer days. Boop. You say, is it $65 for the Warborn Spartan? That seems pretty. That seems reasonably good price. Question mark. $15 cheaper. Yeah, that's sort of a reasonable price for it. $65. Reasonable. You better get it in game. When are paint jobs coming online for other ships like the Cutlery I literally talked about? What are you most excited for in this Intergalactic Aerospace Expo? I just like each day of the expo is pretty good fun. It's a good laugh trying out, testing new vehicles. It's good to see the new stuff like the Spartan come online. And obviously, we've got two other ship reveals that we're going to be seeing at various levels of development. You know, are they going to be flyable? I think it's unlikely that both are going to be flyable. But do you know if the Spartan will fit in the Carrack or the Connie yet? That is a good question. I don't think it will fit in the Connie. Certainly haven't tried it in the Carrack. If it'll fit a ballista, it'll fit the Spartan. Chances of the Misk Odyssey being up for concept this CitizenCon. What do you mean, this Intergalactic Aerospace Expo? I think that's a reasonable. That's a good level, a reasonable level of being on sale and revealed. Can we start getting the freebie ships from the IAE today, or not until tomorrow? So freebie ships to rent, 4 p.m. today. 5 minutes time that starts in 5 minutes time. I might load up Star Citizen, in fact, because although I don't want to do a huge run around the IAE or anything, I do want to probably quickly have a look there and have a bit of a chat about it. I want to have a look at the website, but then I'm going to jump off and get a video done with me and Zim. So sort of bear that in mind. When are we going to get more feedback on AI filling our extra gameplay packages we purchased? I don't know. It's not something that's probably a priority for CIG. They haven't given any inkling of when they're going to start talking about that. What else have we got here? do ships have a limited warranty nowadays? So they come with 10 years insurance, if you see what I mean, and sold at the IAE. Will there be a small patch to add the showroom to the IAE? There shouldn't be. See, 3.15.1 went live well, yesterday evening, my time. There's no need for an extra patch. If the Microstar Runner is touted as the Millennium Falcon equivalent, how do you keep your head so shiny? I hate you. That's how. Hatred for you, Mr. Pliskin. I like the fact you've changed your name. Or maybe you haven't. No, Jericho. No. Oh my god. There are two different people, Jericho Pliskin and Mr. Pliskin. Oh my god. I thought you were the same person who changed your name. Right. Can we see you and Sin do stuff and talk about those? Oh yeah, we're talking about stuff in game. Yeah, we'll be doing our podcasts and chatting about stuff in game much more regularly. Yes. 3.15.1's been pretty solid. That said, let's see if it actually loads in or crashes. Right. What else we got? If the Microstar Runner is being touted as you're touted, let us do some things here. Let's turn off the music. Let's turn this to game. Then actually make it so that it shows the game. Oh, it did show the game. Perfect. Let's do that. Hi. I need to... So it's displaying the game. Sources. Do game capture. Add source. Source. Perfect. No. Bring this down here. And then that's the right size. Perfect. I have done YouTube before. And I've also done streaming before. Oh, a little bit of lag there. I'm not brave enough to go in there. You think? Perfect. Perfect. Is that? Are we okay? Is that good? We live? Now. Hello. Hi. We're back. I'm having a problem with Easy Anti-Cheat, I believe. So I think it's gonna keep on pulling me out. Because it closed my Streamlabs as well. And I think that might be a problem potentially with this build as well, which is not going to be ideal. So we'll have to see. We're back, and we might. Yeah. So, if the build is screwed because of instability, potentially partly because of Easy Anti-Cheat, I'm not going to solely blame Easy Anti-Cheat when Star Citizen is an alpha. That's going to be annoying. But we'll see. We'll see if we can get to the IAE. See if it does it without crashing. Oh yeah, debated core. So a new implementation of Easy Anti-Cheat with VR and Vorpix. That might not be whitelisted at all. You might have problems with that. We're gonna have to see what happens. The free thing has started. We are now in the throes of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. We'll try again to see if we can get get moving around without it crashing. But it might be in a crash state, in which case we'll look at the website, which is the main thing we were going to do anyway. So let's see if we can... I did delete my shaders folding. Shaders folder. Let's just make sure we haven't got any weird graphic settings on. Let's put these on high. This should be on high. Yes. And turn off VSync as well. I did a Star Citizen sort of guide on a really basic dum-dums guide to performance and workarounds in Star Citizen. Just a really basic one so that everyone's on the sort of same page and I can refer to it when people are like, how to make Star Citizen run better? Like, well, you can only make it run better to a certain extent, and you need hardware is an important factor as well, so don't expect to get like blood out of a stone. Will we be able to lock open doors of the MicroStar on and C2s again anytime soon? That is a good question. I am having problems loading in assets. Do you see the popping in there? And the lag with the popping in? Could be because we're on a fresh server as well. That's why the NPCs are walking around like that. So everything is literally loading in now. They've fixed that. That's nice. Is this the commons? We're going to the commons this way? No. Oh, no! 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 We're good. I knew we'd make it. I'd love a picture of your NVIDIA control panel 3D settings. That would be great if you could show us. Yes, I can. I'm not sure what they're going to look like at the moment. Your... All the lag crap is normal. Yeah. It's normal on new servers for me. I think so. Loads in. No crash yet. Who jinx? Redeemer's flyable. The Ares, Ion, and Inferno are flyable. Yes, and will be rentable on their appropriate days. Right. Let's have a quick look in this expo hall. Feel free to donate. Thanks, Get Show. I appreciate that. That's what I want. Right. Bear with me 1 second. Hopefully that won't crash it. Me alt-tabbing.
Hello and welcome to the 2951.
We've seen this in some of my videos before. Dare to Fly.
This year's expo is Dare to Fly, which celebrates...
Hi. Yeah. That's right. I've got this jacket as well. How do you use aliasing in Star Citizen without changing to high resolution? You want to reduce you want anti-aliasing? Oh, no. I'm not sure if they've... Doors. You kidding me? Open the doors. Open the door. Hello. Oh. Making use of the big hologram boys and girls. Okay. Sail the stars. Loads of ads and that sort of stuff. I love this. That is a weird bug. Stops every time I look at it properly. Ha! Ha! On that side though. Yeah. So what we got? What we got on this expo hall? Anything exciting? We got the the Carrack there and all that sort of jazz. You are here. So you got the Gladiator, the Carrack, the Pisces, got the Hornets, all that sort of jazz. Look at Hornet Hall down and over there. We've got the Lightning, the Terrapin, and the Valkyrie. Cool. But what have we got downstairs? We've got the Spartan and the Liberator. So let's go have a look at them, because you've seen all the rest before. We'll have a quick look at them, and then we'll talk about the website. Will the Redeemer be available to buy? Yes, will be available to buy this week. Pretty much everything will be available to buy during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Is that supposed to be an optical illusion? No, it's that is a bug. That is a VFX bug. So this is this new Spartan. It is drivable as of today. So it is basically. I don't actually have one. Hang on, was that not free? No, that should have been free. I hope it was free. So it's basically based on the ballista hull, but instead of the missile launcher, it's got a dual Gatling turret that the pilot controls, and it's an armored personnel carrier with room for 8 troops in the back and their weapons. And it is no frills other than that. Nice and simple. We've got room, airlock, and 2 side ramps. A little airlock here for the pilot or driver. You've got your two Dory boys. Perfect. So available. Someone said from $65. It's $80 store credit. $65 potentially will bond. I really like the idea of it. Nice and simple, nice and basic, but you do want that variant there. Let's go and have a look. And just rent all these stuff by holding F and left clicking on it. And then you've got your Liberator in here. Just the hollow model of it. It is a... So, to me, it's a little bit game-breaking, sort of, the Liberator. So, it has the ability to carry ground vehicles and fighter-sized ships. And lots of them, effectively. And cargo. And marines. And it's just sort of like, this is just better than the Hercules for my needs, for the things I was going to use the Hercules for. So, dancing there in the background. But I really love the Liberator. So everything pretty much will be available to purchase throughout the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. It finishes on the 1st of December. It's starting now. It's free fly now. I'll have a look at the website in a second. You're able to buy concept ships. You're able to buy ships that are flyable. There's some new stuff. It's going to be pretty good. Oh, my bad with the game capture. I'm literally the worst. Didn't notice that because I was trying to... I'm so sorry. It's me being a dum-dum. You were just getting the top left of my screen. That is the Liberator. We'll go have a look at the blister again, don't you worry. And then we'll look at the website. But the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is always pretty good. So we all get a Nomad. Yes, everyone should have a Nomad on their account. I'm not sure if there's a code that you need to put in, but we'll work that out in a second. So, as I said, this is the Spartan. Someone said available from $65, but it's 80 store credit. And it's an APC, armored personnel carrier, version of the blister. These ladders will eventually work. Is a no nonsense. That's not Zin, is it? Bloody Zin! What are you doing here? Fancy meeting you in a place like this. What's going on?
I needed to check that it was safe for dancing.
Oh yeah. So this is the thing that Zin does. Can everyone hear Zin? My Streamlabs is currently on. My OBS is broken. Just bought a Liberator. She stream sniped you. She did. And we're going to be filming a bit of a look around the IAE in a minute. What do you think of the Spartan Zin?
It's nice. I like it.
Yeah. I desperately wanted an APC. This is basically what you wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, I'm not quite sure what armoured wheels look like. I'm pretty sure they're probably armoured wheels.
They're big, aren't they? Big means armoured, right?
Yeah.
I'm armoured as a person. This is all armoured and bought and paid for. Yeah, so this was originally sort of discussed very briefly at CitizenCon, and they must have already had this at CitizenCon when they went, oh, which one do you like? It's irrelevant which one I like. You've already made this one.
I mean, I think this one won, didn't it? Maybe they're all ready.
No, what I mean, no. What I mean is that they showed pictures of other potential ground vehicles.
Yeah.
And I suppose, yeah, maybe the other ones are also in the works. Okay. Can you shoot upwards with the Gatlings? Yeah, yes. It's not a dog. They can look up. What I want to know is how did they get the Spartan down here?
They have
Yeah.
special entryways.
Yeah. Do they?
Yeah. How do I get out? Oh, the door. Okay.
You think the gun is too small for anti-air? So it's got a little bit of anti-air shooty shoot, but it's not supposed to be going up against ships. It's not going, my job as an APC is to take down ships. If all of the crew are armed with anti-air missile launchers, they could just run out and shoot a ship along with it. This is supposed to protect the crew from a ship just strafing and killing them. I mean, obviously, a ship can come along and go, you know what? I'm going to wreck your day if it stays there in sustained combat with you. But you want me to go through the door? What? We can have a look. We got room for 8 people here. And their gear. And they've got all of the exit and entryways that a growing person could need. So many ramps. But I suppose you want that when you've got a lot of troops. And you might want to use this as cover as well. And then
Also, it's never a good idea to have one entry and exit. Because you just camp that and everybody's dead.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, if it's supposed to be for assaults, then yeah, 100%. You don't want 1, you want 3. 3 is good. We'll be able to use those ladders eventually. The pilot, the driver is in charge of that gun. They have control of that. There's no other control. Did you have a look at the Liberators in?
No.
So it's
I
over
was
here.
too busy dancing.
Beautiful. And what a good dancer you are. Everyone knows the official UEE dance. And instead of like a song, we have just a dance that you do. And now, the national dance. I just sort of think this makes other ships like the Hercules C2 and M2 sort of redundant. Just because it's so useful for transporting ships, vehicles, and cargo, and marines.
I know which one I'd be driving though.
Which one are you driving?
Probably the C2.
Why?
Because it's prettier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm an on paper kind of guy. I don't date women based on stats. No, I do it based on stats, not on what they look on paper.
Yeah.
No, I just don't date women. They won't date me, I don't think that's what it is. I was just having a little sob to myself. Right. Can't believe you stream sniped me, Zin. I want to have a look at the website. And then we need to make videos. What is going on the RSI website? Have a look. Is that all good? Can people see that appropriately? Yes, of course you can. No, yes. So what we got? We got the Spartan. We got the Spartan Q&A. Got loads of posts about the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Let's have a look at all of this. Anything else going on? And whatever space. They've put so many things on the front page of their website that they pushed it off the front. So you've got the armored personnel carrier page, or lots of cool pictures for Zin to steal for me. For me to use as thumbnails. Jump seats. The weapons locker. The remote turrets. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of these weird sort of sales pages they're doing. They're a bit too elaborate for the sake of being
Yeah.
elaborate. So, yeah, cool. I mean, yeah, it's just a bit too much. That's still needed.
Oh god.
Are you okay, Zin?
Yeah, I've just found something really fun to do.
What are you doing?
I'll show you later. It's alright. You carry on. You carry on with
Okay.
what you're doing, mate.
Okay. So is that $65? $65. What it looks like. For War Bond, $80 store credit. Cool. Load of skins and packs available. I just think that the standard one's pretty cool. And you can upgrade to the Spartan. To get a War Bond upgrade for it for limited time. So you basically get the benefits of it being a War Bond upgrade and buying it War Bond without having the base package necessarily be War Bond. If you see what I mean. Click on an upgrade now. We can show that. People understand what the hell's going on. What I mean by that. It's So select your edition. So why can't I select the War Bond edition? $65. Who knows? That probably is working. I don't want to expose my details to the world. Got a bit of a Q&A on the Spartan. It's got lots of armor. It's much more armored than Blister. That's what you need to know. And the ladders will work at some point. The seats are designed for players wearing armor and backpacks. And there's onboard storage as well. Because that's the thing. The Spartan's top speed of 35 meters a second is the same as the Blister. So it's reasonably fast. It's not like super fast, but it's reasonably fast. And it is not able to carry a small vehicle inside it because it is itself a relatively small vehicle. You monsters. Everyone wants a small vehicle and a small vehicle, but you can't have one. So the expo is now on. Okay, so how do you get access to the free fly? From November 19th until December 1st, everyone can play Star Citizen free, which is your first time, then go to the Welcome Hub, create an RSI account, make sure you use a referral code from someone. I've got underneath my videos, you can find an enlist link which will automatically populate a referral code in there for you, because if you sign up to Star Citizen, if you buy a package of at least $40 before December 1st, you both get a free cargo Argo and some other loots. Also, cargo, and also 5,000 bonus Alpha UEC, even if you don't actually buy a game package in that time. So definitely worth using a referral code. But it looks like you just download the game client and launch the game. You don't need to put a code in this time, which is fantastic, because that suggests to me you will not need to put in a code other times to get access to other free fly events now. We've got starter packs. We've got the Mustang Alpha, which is what? Some $5 cheaper. That's what it looks like. Maybe. That's what it looks like. You save 10%. And then we've got the Nomad as well, which is quite an expensive starter package. I'm not a fan of the Nomad. I want to see the Avenger Titan sold as a starter ship regularly. That's what I want to see. Might see other starter packages turn up. But everyone is given a Nomad to try during the IAE, and then you can just go to the Expo Hall at New Babbage, Home Convention Centre, to rent whatever is available that day. Now, what is going on with the Anvil Day? The Spartan just going straight to flyable / drivable day. Got the all the ships I believe are on sale with 10 years insurance. We've got the Anvil Arrow. We've got the Carrack. Let's have a look at this Jax McCurry video.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back to Microtech, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is back for 2951. Welcome to Whitley's Guide. That frosty air can only mean we're back in your favourite winter wonderland, Microtech.
That's the denseness of the trees I want to see at Microtech.
To head to the Tobin Expo Centre in cooler than cool New Babbage and seizing the opportunity to put this Anvil Spartan through its proverbial paces. The team designed this not-so-little beauty specifically to transport the most precious cargo of all. Your
Can't hear that
friends,
audio,
family,
Monkey.
favorite
Can't.
heavily armed mercenary
Oh wait,
outfit, etc.
of course I can't,
So
ignore me.
if you're looking to get
But
a
muted.
load of folks
Yeah.
from point A to point B and keep them all in one piece,
No, you can.
then the Spartan was seemingly designed just for you.
Me being a derp.
But this
You're
is
a derp.
Whitley's guide, so
This is the
we
denseness
can't
of the
just
trees you
take
want to see, isn't it?
Anvil's word for
Yeah.
Plus, hey Marty, how are you?
He is robotic as hell.
Probably even more dense than that.
To transport for this segment, and there's nothing my good to see you, Terry, executives here like more than not paying extras. Everybody in? Off we go.
They are able to do so much more now with just NPCs and people walking around, and they can obviously use the facial tech stuff to have people actually doing expressions. Needs more Jeremy Clarkson. You're going to get him at least another 2 times.
For this machine, Anvil uses the Atlas platform that their Ballista anti-aircraft unit is built on. So they obviously aren't taking personnel transport lightly, so to speak. But I want to find out just how heavy this metal really is. And since this rig's low profile keeps us safe from those anti-aircraft turrets, Jimmy here is about to make things a little more interesting. We're about to find out if this Spartan can stay cool under pressure, whilst keeping our friends back there relatively comfortable in the face of impossibly heavy turbulence.
It is very, very top gear. Nice.
You want any more champagne back there? Oh, not good, not good. Oh, I don't come any closer than that.
The CIG know how to make adverts very well, apparently.
You hear that? That sound of silence means we've all survived, thanks to the handling of Anvil's Road Warrior, which is all well and good, because we're here. And with that, we kick off another Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, arriving in true Whitley style. And this year we've got more raw, uncut excitement, more pulse-pounding, heart-pumping, senses-shattering wildness than ever before. I mean, honestly, IAE 2951
What is
gonna
this,
make
McCleary?
more.
Is this segment supposed to be a callback to episode 223?
Hold on, let's cut.
All right, we're cutting.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I've seen this before.
BTS, keep rolling.
Jimmy, are you in the edit bay? What is she on about? That's a little too close for comfort. How are you, I don't believe it.
I'm not sure what you're going for here, McCleary, but between you and me, the ratings haven't been wrong. Great. Listen, I'm rooting for you, though. Huge fan. Where are you all off to? VIP lounge? Oh, hello.
Oh, Jax. I don't know, Jimmy. Maybe this gig is passing me by. I mean, clearly I'm out of ideas. I'm rehashing old material without even realizing it.
I love this. This is fantastic.
Oh, sure, but who wants to see the same old bits? I mean, even in reverse. Maybe you're right, Jim. Or maybe we just need to pull out the big guns. Don't we have something amazing planned for the Aegis bit? I just need to clear my head, figure out an angle, and start fresh on the next segment. I'll be in my trailer.
I thought that was beautiful. CIG are able to make silly adverts and bring them to life better each year. I'm not sure if I want a game that is just based on adverts, though, but they certainly know how to do that sort of stuff. What else have we got? We've got the... So people kept on asking, what's the point of having this sort of gear for, like, expos and stuff if we lose it occasionally when we get those resets? But you can obviously buy it for real money. Not ideal, but eventually you will be able to get it all in-game and keep it permanently. Then...
Yes.
Do you want Pico slippers?
No, I'm okay.
I'm going to buy myself some Pico slippers.
You get yourself some Pico slippers.
Have a look. Are they as good as I think they're going to look? I mean, I'm not sure if they're good or not. I mean, I'm going to buy them, whatever. They're so dumb. I love... Oh my god. They are so dumb. I love you, little Pico slippers. Ah. Perfect. Whatever. What else we got? Anything else exciting? No, so that's it for now. So we've got a reasonable amount of the Anvil ships on sale. You're about to see this. Flicking through here, you've got the Blister, you've got the Arrow, Pisces, you've got the Carrack, you've got the Crucible. There's no limited hull sale ships today, I don't think.
Day 3 was the first, I believe.
And what is that on day 3?
I don't know what's day 3.
Is it the Aegis stuff on day 3? The Aegis is going to be the Idris and Javelin. That's going to be the main day. People want stuff. Sorry. Me just clicking through all these pages. So day 1, day 2, day 3. So yeah, day 3 is Aegis Day. That's going to be the big one for. Limited hulls. Is the Phoenix on sale for limited hull? Question mark. Probably.
I don't remember hearing about it.
Probably is though. Makes sense. What else have we got? Got the Crucible, the Hornets, loads of many Hornets. Hornets for days. They've got Gladiator, which hasn't received much love for a while, but maybe getting bombs in the future. Got the Hawk, got the Hurricane, got the Liberator, incredibly expensive but very cool. Got the Spartan, got the Terrapin, vastly over expensive. The Terrapin, in my opinion. The Valkyrie, boom. Yeah. Check out the IAE. Yeah, Constellation Phoenix on day 2. Yeah, that's correct. Any news on Titan Armor? No new news on Titan Armor. Hopefully they'll talk about it soon, before the end of the year. When can we purchase the Kraken or the Idris? So the Idris and Javelin are available on day 3 in 3 waves. I've got a video up about it on my channel. You can see when all the different ships are, the limited hull ships are available. And then obviously you've got the Kraken on the Drake Day. Both the Kraken and the Privateer and the package to sell between them. Oh, Croncy! Thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate it. I hope you're doing well, sir. Croncy sleeps. I was just about to jump off, though, and make a video about the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. But we liked the look of the Spartan. I'll probably be growing me and Zin one. and so we can roll around in it and go, you know what, woo, blow stuff up. Pretty all-terrain, we think. Maybe not all-terrain. Probably not great in the sea or the air. The ground-based terrain. So looking forward to more of those ships being revealed, because we are expecting 2 more ships probably going to be revealed on days like the Argo Day. One of them. So, Corsair on Drake Day, yeah. The Corsair will be, so it's limited hull ships will also be on sale. Limited and concept. Still. Oh no, it's kicked me out. It kicked me out, but it's okay. I will find someone else for us to stream though. But thank you very much for joining me today. We'll be getting a video out very quickly on the IAE and that that Spartan. I did really like that Jax McCleary video though. That was absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen it yet, just go to the IAE page and have a quick look. I thought it was very well done. And we will find someone for you to stream. Wait, I'm trying to work out how to operate the internet face. What do we got? You can give Captain Burke some love, because I love the boy. BoredGamer. Right. Give the boy some love. Thank you very much for watching today. Sorry that I dashed off as you turned up, Croncy. Spartan's so fast, but it's 35 kilometers. No, 35 meters per second. So, yeah, Bex is a good chap. Croncy's a good chap too. You should check him out. He's trying to get the super partnered, super mega partners, and he will next time. Clearly. No worries. Yeah, appreciate it, Croncy. Sorry though, I'm dashing off as you turned up. Thanks for the love. Right. Thanks very much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. 3.15.1 is live. Star Citizen is in free fly. So free to play, and you don't need to do anything else other than make yourself a Star Citizen account and download the game. That's it. You don't need to put a code in any pages, which is fantastic. Thanks very much for the love. Thank you very much for joining me today. And look out for more videos coming ASAP.